Greetings, Marsh here, and welcome to episode 17 of my modded Factorio playthrough. Now that we have circuit boards, we can start upgrading all the various things that use them. Let's do radar. So we can start scanning the nearby area, find new resource patches. I would feel much better if we can find another sapphirite patch somewhere close. But even if we don't, we need to find a place to move the bus to and have it be a more permanent bus. Wood is pretty low. While that is researching, which I'll probably be done researching rather quickly, but let's go clear cut a forest. Actually, something to note is that I don't know if you can see them, but I was going to cover this later, but since it's relevant now, see how there's these little dots that look like it's just part of the map? Well, it's actually not. Those are a certain type of rare plant that you can get for angels. And see how these little blue ones? It looks like water, but it's not. And then these little green ones. Looks like trees, but it's not. Those are the three separate types. Now, I kind of covered them with the deconstruction planter, so you can't really see them. So let me undo it. So you can see how it's green. You can zoom in on here because we have radar or coverage, or I guess because we can actually see. That is a garden. So the green ones are gardens. You can see that tree. The blue ones are trees. And I'll show the other ones in a bit. We do need these, so you don't want to get rid of this stuff. You can run over it. I believe you can run over it just fine with the excavator. But just in case it messes it up, let's manually grab it. That will give us a swamp tree. There's two other types of trees. There's like desert tree and temperate tree. Basically, they're trees, and you use those to seed the production of more trees, basically. Yeah. You're limited on how many trees you can grow at home based on how many of these trees you find in the wild. You can't... I guess later on you can grow them, but early on you can't, so you need at least one of them. And the swamp gardens are the same way, where there's the three different garden types, and you get a chance of getting different types of seeds and plants, which you can use to start growing those particular types of plants. So let's see what we get. Whatever that, however you say that. Nutty and makes you slightly mad. But the important thing is it gives you the swamp garden, which you can extract seeds from. So that's something to note for later. I was going to try to put it off and describe it when we were actually working on those things, but since we have to get some more trees, well, might as well talk about it now. Let's see, inside the hauler here, we can place the resources we really don't want to lose. Like those. We have no use for them right now. Okay, now that radar is done, can we do radar 2? That's funny. We actually can. Radar 1 requires... It seems like that's incorrect, that it probably should be electronics boards. The basic ones are the standard ones, and then the basic electronics boards go into this. So you can actually just go straight to radar 2. Oh, that's convenient. It's kind of weird, because you need steel to do the angels smelting here. So you would have to get those radars first, you would have to be smelting lead and tin in a very inefficient way. So it's kind of weird how that order is set up. Let's see, we can convert these burner labs. And probably put them to good use as well. Don't think we really need them, but... Okay, radars are done. Ooh, lots of good stuff we can do. Look at all these technologies. Let's do the fluid burning generator so we won't be overloading on hydrogen. Not sure exactly how many radars to make. Guess it depends on how much of an area they cover. Quite a bit. It would be nice to have a radar centrally located on our base. There we go. It uses quite a bit of power, but that way we can just see. So before I was talking about those yellow dots, well, those are puffer nests. So these dots are actually quite numerous if you actually look for them. But now we need to explore in 4 different directions. And there's no easy way to do this, except for grabbing a bunch of poles and going for a walk. Hopefully we don't get attacked by biters. Not sure how far out we should actually go with this. Oh crap! Ah! Speaking of biters. Is there a nest right there? Kind of looks like it. Yeah. I don't have any fish with me, which is not good. Something to keep in mind. Yeah, probably shouldn't put it out much further because there's biter nests and whatever there. Actually, I'm kind of worried that that's kind of close. They might actually attack this. So let's place it. Can't see because it's nighttime. Let's see, Bobmodium. And these upgraded radars have a very large scanning range, eventually. Alright. Let's build a turret here. Just try to protect this thing a little bit. As biters like to go after radars once they've been scanned by them if they're mad. And we do have ammo. Let's see. Do I want to put 100 in there? Actually, probably more like 50. So now that should work properly. 50. Okay. We're going to need to start building those armor-piercing magazines. So that's the first ammo you get against, you know, Bob's enemies and all the other biter mods that I have that actually allows you to stand a chance against them. I was going up against the white ones, which are just the standard dudes. They're not that difficult, but the red nests, the more stock nests, those ones are pretty hard. Let's see. You know what? 4 stacks is probably fine. Every time we come back to the base, we'll have something we can do with the technology we researched. But we have the fluid burning generator, which we need bronze for. So I'll just put it right there. Hook it up, and it's just consuming all that hydrogen. Unfortunately, it can only go at the same percentage load as the rest of the base. Without a circuit network, we can't give this thing a priority. But as long as we leave it hooked up, it will work its way through the hydrogen, and the tank will be a buffer if it needs it. Let's see, the second tier of drills would be nice, because we're kind of throughput limited on those tier 1 drills. We need some fish. Let's see. Anything in the immediate vicinity over here? No. Some phosphorite ore up there. Okay, now we have the next tier of mining drill. It is twice as fast and produces less pollution. And right now, mining drills, well, when they're going anyway, they're our biggest source of pollution. But let's build a few. We've got lots of steel gear wheels, which seems to be the thing that goes into this. That is the most expensive, so we could probably build quite a lot of them. Need to clear out my inventory too. Okay. That should be all of the miners. Seems like it. Okay, time to go for another walk. This time to the southeast. Speaking of those special trees, when they're by themselves like that, they look real obvious. Okay, what else? Just the basic reach stuff. Movement speed. Refining. Guarded processing we want to get into, but not right now. Actually, yes, we can upgrade our labs. Requires steel, and then these splitters and things, which we can do. Or repair pack 2. What about those armor-piercing magazines? Although, actually, we can do the piercing rounds with what we have. We just need to be able to process nickel. What does nickel require? Water treatment. Oh yes, because the purified water. So to make nickel, we have to have carbon monoxide. And we can get carbon monoxide here from one of these gas shifts. Actually, we get rid of carbon monoxide with carbon monoxide and steam, which gives us hydrogen and dioxide. Or do the reverse gas shift, which if we use hydrogen and carbon dioxide, we will get purified water and carbon monoxide. And we could already make carbon dioxide, I believe, with just carbon. And it's actually going to create an interesting processing chain. But the important thing to note is we actually need hydrogen. So, and then for the water treatment, clarifier, ground bore. Ground bore is where we're getting water without actually having to use a pump, basically. You can get water from anywhere. It's a little cheaty, but whatever. Clarifier is a way of just getting rid of liquids. And that's water purification. Let's research down the line for those three things. And we need to stop using up the hydrogen. Basically, what we need to do is put an overflow valve on here. So if the input is above 80%, it will let it go through. So in other words, if we're overloading on hydrogen, this will allow us to get rid of it. However, since we're not overloading on hydrogen right now, it's going to stop and let it build up. Okay, I believe we have one more walk to go on. Anything worth seeing out here? Not yet. Since I had the wide starting area, it means that not much is going to spawn out there. Biters don't spawn, but neither do the resources. You see that the biters kind of spawn at the same spot that the resources start. So we'll just have to let this go, and eventually, hopefully we'll find something. Doesn't have to be sapphirite, but something that we can process into iron. Alright, that's the end of this episode. On the next one, we're going to work on processing nickel, and then turning that into ammo that we can use against the biters. See you later.